Hello guys, and welcome to another one of my Slenderman distortion tutorials. In this tutorial, we're going to be learning how to create a VHS distortion effect using the stock footage that I uploaded a couple of days ago. I believe it was a couple of days ago. You know what? I don't remember. Well, whatever. We're going to be learning how to create that effect, which you saw in the preview and which I'm going to show you again because I feel like you haven't seen it enough. And there you go. There's the effect. We're going to be using that stock footage and we're going to create that kind of distortion. So let's jump right to it. And this is in After Effects, which I probably should have said in the first place, but I'll put it in the title of the tutorial. And first off, we're going to start with some footage I filmed a while ago to use for another tutorial, which actually never happened, which I pretty much should get on that tutorial, and it will be up after this one. But yes, we're going to be using this as our clean plate, and we're going to be using our stock footage in place of this to make the distortion. So we're just going to drop this right over, and it might not fit the aspect ratio, but we're going to make it fit the aspect ratio. And first off, you want to go past the title screen until you get your first hint of distortion, which there isn't a whole lot of frames of distortion in this, but we're going to be using as much as we can. And then we'll want to duplicate this again, and we're going to hide the first one. And we're going to keep scrolling until we get to this green screen footage, because that's going to be the second part. And we're going to get past where until it starts right there. We're going to hide that one now and going to bring this back. Now, I put the instructions on how to use this in the description, but I'm just going to show you again. For this kind of distortion, the distortion type 1, the first half of footage, you set this to, well, no, not difference. You set this to either overlay, or you can set this to soft light, which in this case, I'll keep it on overlay. And then we're gonna go to our original footage. I'm gonna hide that for now. You don't have to hide it, I'm just hiding it. And we're going to go to Effects, wait, let me show you, Effect, Distort, and Displacement Map. And then we're going to go to our Displacement Map layer, and we're going to select the top one, which, by the way, you should rename these, because it'll make it easier. This one's going to be I guess I'll call it Distortion 1. And we'll go back here. And now we can bring this back. And what this does is it's going to displace the footage in accordance to the distortion, like what's happening right here. I turn it off, it goes away. And with these controls, you can control how much displacement you get. In this case, I'll keep it at 21. Already, we got displacement like that right there, which would not be there if we didn't have this. It makes it look a bit more realistic. And that takes care of the first half. Now we move on to this half, which I accidentally set that in soft light, and we don't want to do that. With this one, you're gonna want to scale it up, but you want to do it in a uniform manner. So to scale up, you go over to one of these anchor points. You hold down Alt and Shift. Well, actually, you click it first, then you hold down Alt and Shift, and then you stretch it out like that. And there you go. Okay, now to get rid of the green. We had to get rid of the green, which is the purpose of green screen. We go up to Effect, Keying, and Key Light. Then we go right here to the screen color. We press the eyedropper, and then we go over somewhere where there's green. Try and find the green, like where there's most amount of green. Like say this kind of green. Click that, and there you go. You have that kind of distortion in the way now. And if we play it, and it's going to be slow, really slow, because this is a lot to process. The key light actually takes up a bunch of processing, unfortunately, because it's green screen effect. Now you notice that your footage is a hell of a lot darker because of this layer right here. To fix that, we go to our original footage, and we go to Effect, Color Correction, Curves, then you make a point right in the middle, and you can brighten it up. And now you have distortion, and you can see your footage past it. Of course, you can always drop the opacity, of this layer by pressing T, dropping it, and you can see more of your footage. And you can do the same for this layer, just in case that one's a bit overwhelming. Now for this layer, you don't need to do the displacement map effect. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Or, sorry, I forgot one thing. You can duplicate the distortion 1 layer, which I forgot to label this distortion 2. And I didn't label it right. I messed. Distortion 2. We duplicate that, and we can offset it by dragging this to the left until we get more distortion, so it feels more random, or you can have more distortion. And in this case, you would have to do the displacement map again and link it to that second one and mess around with the numbers. I'm just picking random numbers, and there you go. There's VHS effect. Now, this isn't the only VHS stock footage I'm going to be giving you guys. I'll record more when I have time, so you have plenty to choose from. But this is basically how you use this footage, and when I upload more, I may have different instructions based on what I record, but I'll let you guys know in the description. So download that stock footage right now, and if you want to create VHS effects, then watch this tutorial and follow along, and I hope I help in some way. Right, so once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.